What do you get when you mix Groundhog Day with Friday the 13th and toss in a cursed guest book? You get Until Dawn, a brutal time loop horror where the only way out is surviving the night. 1 year after her sister vanishes, Clover returns to the scene with a few close friends. But what starts as a road trip to find answers turns into a nightmare they can't wake up from. And just when you think you figured out the killer, it changes. Let's break down the twists, the blood, and the better-than-expected adaptation from PlayStation Productions. Clover, played by Ella Rubin, has spent the last year chasing shadows. Her sister Melanie, played by Maya Mitchell, disappeared without a trace. Her last known stop? A foggy, desolate valley straight out of every urban legend. So Clover gathers her friends, Max, Michael Cimino, Nina, Odessa A'zion, Megan, Ji-Young-Yu, and Abel, Belmont Kameli, and hits the road, determined to find out what happened. They roll into a ghost town during a raging storm, stumble into a visitor center, and, because it's a horror movie, Nina signs the guest book. That flips a dusty old hourglass and triggers the start of the loop. Each of them is hunted. Each of them dies. But instead of staying dead, they wake up again, right back where they started. And each time, the killer is different. Some are masked slashers. Some are monsters. Some just plain evil. The one constant? They have until dawn to survive or become part of the darkness forever. For a PlayStation Productions film, Until Dawn doesn't play it safe. There's blood. There's gore. There are enough jump scares to keep your popcorn off your lap. And while you'll probably see most of them coming, the sound design still gets you. Every creak, every scream, every whispered warning, it's crafted to keep your nerves on edge. Odessa A'zion delivers a great turn as Nina. She's sharp, a little chaotic, and brings needed energy to the group. Michael Cimino as Max has a surprisingly grounded arc, and Ji-Young-Yu gives Megan just the right mix of logic and fear. Ella Rubin carries the emotional weight as Clover, and while some characters lean into familiar horror tropes, none of them feel like lazy placeholders. And here's a cool detail. Peter Stormare, yes, that Peter Stormare, shows up as Hill, a strange, cryptic figure who seems to know more than he's letting on. He's got that classic horror, I'm just here to rattle your brain energy, and it works. While the movie isn't particularly visually groundbreaking, it does enough with atmosphere. One nice touch? The dry interior of the visitor center surrounded by non-stop rain. It's subtle, but weirdly unsettling. For you video game buffs, there are a few nods to the video game if you're paying attention. Beneath the jump scares and bloody deaths, Until Dawn hits on something deeper, how trauma loops us. Clover can't let go of her sister, and the loop becomes a metaphor for that grief. Every time she thinks she's closer to peace, she's dragged back to the beginning, over and over. And the line, survive the night or become it, that's more than horror fluff. It's about what happens when you let fear, guilt, and sorrow define you. You either face the dark or you become it. The film doesn't hold your hand with explanations. You learn what's happening the same way the characters do, by dying. A lot. It's chaotic, frustrating, and disorienting, which is kind of the point. Yes, other films have done the die and repeat concept. Happy Death Day, Edge of Tomorrow, even The Endless. But Until Dawn keeps things fresh by swapping killers and digging into emotional stakes. It's not about just escaping, it's about healing, or at least trying to. So, does Until Dawn deliver? Yeah, it does. It's a well-made, no-holds-barred horror flick that doesn't waste your time. The performances are strong, the pacing's solid, and the mystery keeps you engaged even when you think you've figured it all out. The final scenes hint at something bigger, a deeper mythos, maybe even a full-blown franchise. And if they keep this same energy in the next one, I'm in. Is it original? Not really, but is it effective? Definitely. You'll jump, you'll cringe, and maybe, just maybe, you'll think twice before signing a guest book in an abandoned building. That's it for today's review. Do you think Until Dawn earned its place in the Horror Game Adaptation Hall of Fame? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a review. Until next time, stay alert, stay out of the woods, and always stay rated.